Sorry. I'm not
Okay,
on my computer, I'm on my phone.
All right, Tom, you sound much better on that one. All right, let's begin. Welcome to the February 23rd, 2022 meeting of the Town of Southampton Conservation Board. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and in accordance with Chapter 1 of the laws of 2022, this meeting and the board's next meeting on March 9th will be held remotely via video conference, and we ask the public to continually check the town's website for updates and new information. As a reminder, applicants, agents, and members of the public who speak at this meeting should state their name and address for the record. The link to participate in this meeting via Zoom can be found on the town's website at the town clerk's meeting portal. If you do not wish to speak at the meeting, but you would like to submit comments for the public record, the link to submit comments can also be found on the town's website. And I just got a text that Tom Florio is trying to log in, so I expect to see him momentarily. But in the meantime, please join together for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the
of the
United
United
States
States of America
and
and to the
the
republic
republic
for which
for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation, under
under
God,
God,
indivisible, with
with
liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for all.
for all. What is your pleasure on the minutes of February 9th?
Move to the
Motion
meeting
to
presented.
Tonight, meetings as written and or amended.
It's been moved, and was there a second?
second,
Aye.
All in favor, Harry, I, Jerry,
Aye.
George,
Aye,
Ann,
aye,
Tom F,
Aye.
Tom R.
Aye.
Public hearings, A020025, James Esposito and Jennifer Esposito, and the applicant requests adjournment to May 25th, 2022. Charles, is there anyone with a hand raised in the audience?
There's one person, but there's no reason to say Joshua. Joshua Picard. Oh,
There
yeah.
is no hands?
Nope.
Okay,
to adjourn to May 25th, 2022.
Second.
second,
all in favor, Harry, I, Jerry? Jerry,
Aye.
George,
Aye,
Ann,
aye,
Tom F,
Aye.
Tom R.
Aye.
A021026, Thomas Conti. Applicant requests adjournment to March 9th, 2022. Charles, is there anyone with a hand up?
No audience at all.
How many will that make on March 9th? I seem to remember other adjournments.
I believe there are two others.
Okay. Motion to adjourn to March 9th.
Yeah, it's three.
This makes three or makes four? This makes three?
This would make three.
Okay. We have a motion to adjourn to March 9th. Is there a second?
second,
All in favor, Harry, I, Jerry,
Aye.
George,
aye.
Ann,
aye.
Tom F,
Aye.
Tom R.
Aye.
Advisory reports for the planning board, JSC Resources, Inc.
Teresa Mason from the Environment Division. This is a final subdivision of the property located at 19 Sophia Place in West Hampton. The parcel is located in the town's Aquifer Protection Overlay District, and they're seeking to transfer development rights from the core of the Central Pine Barrens to this parcel in order to create 3 residential parcels. The Conservation Board had previously recommended that the subdivision be revised in order to preserve the existing woodlands on the north and westerly sides of the tract. in that the other remaining areas on the easterly and southerly side had been disturbed by previous clearing and grading. They have done so in accordance with our August 11th, 2021 advisory report. They've also provided a common driveway along the southerly and easterly property lines. But additional information is needed on how they intend to preserve the existing woodlands and slopes, either by slope easements and a combination of slope easements and conservation easements. Also, they have a temporary stockpile plan that shows that they are intending on depositing approximately 2,000 cubic yards of fill on the site. It appears that that's a bit excessive, as the property where the houses will be going is fairly level, with the exception of a small drainage swale in the southeasterly corner. So we are recommending that that be scaled back.
Motion to send those comments to the planning board?
Second,
All in favor, Harry, I, Jerry,
aye.
George,
Aye.
Ann,
Aye.
Tom F,
Aye.
Tom R,
Aye.
and advisory reports for the ZBA, Timothy Shannon and Merites Manolas.
Teresa Mason again from the Environment Division. This is the approved survey on the property. The property is at 85 Water's Edge in North Sea. The applicant is seeking to obtain side yard variances for the accessory structure and the swimming pool. The survey, which was submitted to the Zoning Board of Appeals, has been approved by Conservation Board Wetlands Permit 21028. The Suffolk County tax map number on the survey does need to be corrected to accurately reflect the existing tax map number. And notwithstanding the issuance of the wetlands permits, no determination has been made with respect to the requested variance relief.
Motion to send those comments to the ZBA?
Second.
All in favor, Harry, I, Jerry,
Aye.
George,
Aye.
Ann,
Aye.
Tom F,
Aye.
Tom R,
Aye.
and for the ZBA, Robert Fuhrer and Judith Lang.
Teresa Mason again. The property is located at 32A Penny Lane in Hampton Bays. The applicant is seeking pyramid and side yard variances. The property fronts on Penny's Lane and contains town regulated fresh tidal wetlands. We had issued a letter of non-jurisdiction in April 2021 for a deck addition, residential additions, installation of new IA septic system. However, according to the survey submitted to the Zoning Board of Appeals, the applicant is now seeking to demo and reconstruct the existing house and accessory structures. The project may be outside of our jurisdiction. However, we need additional information with regard to construction, access, staging, and disturbance associated with the proposed construction in order to determine whether or not the revised project plan is compliant with the letter of non-jurisdiction or is eligible for a new letter of non-jurisdiction. Notwithstanding the need for a revised or updated letter of non-jurisdiction, no determination has been made with respect to the requested variance relief.
Motion to send those comments to the ZBA?
Second.
All in favor, Harry, I, Jerry,
Aye.
George,
Aye.
Ann,
Aye.
Tom F,
Aye.
Tom R.
Aye.
The administrative wetland permits are in your packets. Next is the decision for A 021034, Martin Vidgefinkel and Juliet Gillema. A few minutes ago, I received an email from the town attorney's office, and they had received correspondence requesting this be adjourned to the next meeting. Did anyone in the office receive that also? It looked like,
No,
was that a yes or a no?
that was a no.
No. Okay. Well, I have it in my computer, and the town attorney's office has it also. So I believe that's sufficient to adjourn this. And probably the best thing is for the town attorney's office to forward that letter to you, since they're the ones that forwarded it to me.
can ask
Uh,
Jim Burke to do that.
Sure. So the request is to adjourn this to the next meeting for decision next meeting. Do we have a motion?
Motion to
Adjourn to
adjourn.
March 9th.
And is there a second?
second,
Okay.
All in favor, Harry, I, Jerry,
Aye.
George,
Aye.
Ann,
I,
Tom F,
Aye.
Tom R.
Aye.
Preliminary review secret determination A021029, Alex and Megan McConnell.
Marty Shea, Chief Environmental Analyst for the town. This application relates to an existing residentially developed property that, as shown on the survey, has frontage Anna Bay. The property is marked by an uninhabited residence that was significantly damaged by Hurricane Sandy. Since the event of that storm, the trustees had permitted the landowner to armor the shoreline. The shoreline was formerly characterized by some broken concrete and some marsh grasses. The trustees allowed the landowner to construct a vinyl bulkhead along the waterfront, which has since been completed. That permit was conditioned upon establishment of a 10-foot wide stone buffer as shown on the survey. There is a preliminary advisory report on file dated February 14, 2022, which indicates that the application has been filed to redevelop this property, including demolition of the existing residence and detached barn and garage, as well as abandonment of the existing sanitary system. The project plans call for building a new dwelling significantly further landward on the property. The residents would have a deck and porch. A new detached garage would be built as well. The dwelling would be equipped with suitable drainage. It would have a pervious drive, and the impacts of the project would be offset by establishment of a restored covenanted wetland, non-disturbance, non-fertilization buffer landward of the trustee stone buffer as shown on the survey. I have requested some minor survey revisions. The applicant is in process of getting that survey modified. The buffer as shown is satisfactory with regards to mitigating the adverse effects of this project. I have provided guidance to the applicant in terms of appropriate native vegetation and with respect to existing trees that need to be preserved as part of the redevelopment plan. The applicant is amenable to all of the recommended remedial measures. As such, we do have sufficient information to make a determination, and the requirement for a hearing can be waived.
Motion to waive the public hearing.
Second.
second,
Resolved that the Town Conservation Board hereby waives the public hearing requirement pursuant to Chapter 325, Section 325-80 of the Town Code. All in favor, Harry, I, George,
Aye.
Jerry,
Aye.
Ann,
I,
Tom F.
Aye.
Tom R.
Aye.
A021076, Nicholas and Penelope Christopher, and the applicant request postponement till March 9th. Is there a motion?
So
Motion.
moved.
Second.
All in favor? Harry, I. Jerry,
Aye.
George,
Aye.
Ann,
Aye.
Tom F,
Aye.
Tom R.
Aye.
A021101, Scott and Sarah Jacobs.
This application relates to a flag lot at the end of Whalebone Landing Road in the hamlet of North Sea. There is a preliminary advisory report on file dated February 18, 2022. The application has been filed in order to reconstruct the existing failing timber bulkhead. Such timber wall would be replaced with a vinyl bulkhead supported by untreated timber pilings, timber cap, as well as helical screws to bulkhead. I have asked that as a condition of any permit issued that a covenanted naturally vegetated wetland, non-disturbance, non-fertilization buffer be established extending 50 feet landward of the existing wetland boundary and mean high water, which would take in the entirety of the existing bluff as well as some land area landward of the bluff crest. The establishment of the buffer would entail relocation of an unauthorized pool enclosure fence for the landward, as well as restoration of disturbed portions of the bluff by removing existing debris and litter and planting town-approved native vegetation. There is an existing wood walkway and steps leading from the crest of the bluff down to the bulkhead. I have asked that the at-grade wood steps be replaced with an environmentally sound, light penetrable decked elevated stairways supported by untreated wood posts. The applicant is amenable to all of the recommended mitigation. The property is situated between an existing bulkheaded lot to the south and an unbulkheaded lot to the north. The existing northerly return is angled and cuts into the abutting lot. I have asked that return be reconfigured so it's wholly within the bounds of the subject property. I did look at possible alternatives with regards to armoring of the shoreline. But because of the steep gradient of the existing bluff and toe, there don't appear to be any other options but to reconstruct this bulkhead at this time. This is an application for which we have sufficient information to make a determination. As such, I am recommending that the hearing requirement be waived.
Motion to waive the public hearing?
Second.
Resolved that the Town Conservation Board hereby waives the public hearing requirement pursuant to Chapter 325, Section 325-80 of the Town Code. All in favor, Harry, I. Jerry,
Aye.
George,
Aye.
Ann,
Aye.
Tom F,
Aye.
Tom R.
Aye.
A02.
Harry,
Yes,
Just a reminder, at the next meeting, you also will have to adopt seeker because this is an unlisted action. And then you also have to sign the seeker documents when you have an opportunity after the vote, okay?
okay. A021107, George Rothman.
This application relates to an existing residentially developed property in the hamlet of East Quogue that has bulkheaded frontage on Awisa Creek. It also abuts on bulkheaded naturally vegetated tidal wetlands at the end of a paper roadway. This is a property that suffered severe damage as a consequence of Superstorm Sandy. Accordingly, the Conservation Board had acted on a conditional approval in the months following Sandy to allow for necessary repairs and renovations and partial reconstruction of the residence and accessory decks and porch area. That approval was conditioned upon the recording of a covenant to establish a 15-foot wide naturally vegetated buffer alongside the bulkhead. As the landowner failed to draft and record that covenant, the permit was never issued. The applicant is now seeking approval to do some additional work on the lot. So as part of the pending application, we not only need to consider the proposed new improvements, but need to reauthorize those activities which the board had formally considered in the months after Sandy. So in addition to legalizing repairs and partial reconstruction of the dwelling and accessory improvements, activities that have since been completed. The applicant is now looking to construct an easterly deck addition. There's a northwesterly deck addition that the applicant had completed without any approvals. That also needs to be addressed. There's a small dormer that is being proposed. There's an existing heated sunroom that would be replaced with a smaller unheated covered porch with deck over. The applicant had paved a pervious drive without requisite approvals and is now looking to expand that drive. I've asked that drive prior to expansion be converted to an unsealed pervious stone drive. Notwithstanding the adjacency of bulkheaded tidal wetlands to the west of the lot, the residence, as you can see, is separated from those wetlands by the existing septic system. So there's little or no opportunity to create a buffer in that portion of the property. But the applicant has agreed to get the survey revised to show the formally required buffer along the bulkhead, which would be maximized. That buffer zone is already planted in beach grass, so there's no need for additional native vegetation. The applicant has agreed to use town-approved untreated wood for the purposes of deck and stairs. reconstruction and modification. There is a propane tank that's being proposed because the property is within a flood zone. I have asked that be installed as an above ground tank rather than below ground. The applicant has agreed to that and as previously indicated, has also agreed to replace the paved driveway. This is an application for which we have sufficient information to make a determination. As such, I am recommending that the hearing requirement be waived.
Motion
Motion
to
to
waive
waive.
public hearing.
Second.
Resolved that the Town Conservation Board hereby waives the public hearing requirement pursuant to Chapter 325, Section 325-80 of the Town Code. All in favor, Harry? Aye. Jerry?
Aye.
George?
Aye.
Ann?
I,
Tom F?
Aye.
Tom R?
Aye.
And modification CB 17043, 95 Inlet Road West LLC.
This application was filed in order to legalize a detached shed to the northwest of the residence that was built without requisite wetland permits. Upon inspection of the property, I found that some other changes had been made to the parcel that need to be addressed as part of the permit modification application. They include a stone, a paver in stone patio between the shed and the residence, the placement of considerable pervious stone to the northwest and west of the dwelling, the installation of additional paver and stone walkways. You can see that there are low hand-stacked slate retaining walls on the seaward side of the residence. Pursuant to a prior wetland permit, the Conservation Board had allowed those terraced walls to remain. However, some of those walls have been reduced in scope and reconfigured. Those activities need to be legalized. The prior wetlands permit was conditioned upon the establishment of a naturally vegetated wetland buffer, the scope of which you can see on the survey. Those areas have been inappropriately planted with non-native ornamental vegetation. I've asked that the ornamental landscaping be removed and be replaced with seaside suitable native plants. Also at the far easterly return, the return had began to cause scour of the headland on this property. In order to stabilize the area, the applicant had placed some stone at the tail end of the return. I have no issue with the stone, but that stone deposition needs to be legalized as well. The applicant is amenable to all of these remedial measures. As such, we have sufficient information to make a determination. Accordingly, I'm recommending that the hearing requirement be waived and that you approve the resolution to modify the existing permit, conditioned upon the applicant coming back with a revised survey, as well as completing the other described wetland impact mitigative measures.
Motion to issue a modification.
Second,
Resolve that a wetlands permit modification be issued to 95 Inlet Road West LLC for the proposed project upon the terms and conditions set forth therein. All in favor, Harry, I, Jerry,
aye.
George,
Aye.
Ann,
Aye.
Tom F,
Aye.
Tom R.
Aye.
And that concludes the agenda. Is there anything else that needs to come before the board?
You just need to adjourn the meeting.
Is there a motion to
Uh,
adjourn?
Wait,
Wait.
just one final thing. I had sent Sunshine an email that said she needed to take the oath of office. The clerk's office had reminded me about a week and a half ago. I hadn't heard back from her, so if you have her personal contact information, perhaps you guys can get a hold of her and remind her that she needs to do so within 30 days of the appointment, which I believe was January 26th. So it needs to be done sooner rather than later.
I will send her a text.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, Harry, I, Jerry,
Aye.
George,
Aye.
Ann,
Aye.
Tom F,
Aye.
Tom R.
Aye.
Thank you all. And thanks,
Have a good
Kelly, for
night.
coming in on your vacation.
No problem.